Elden Bully here. I'm back. Back at my invasion stuff. Well, I'm feeling a certain kind of way. Honestly, to be very frank and transparent, I was intending and continuing Night Rain for a little while longer. I have very strong addiction to Night Rain. I'll be very frank about that. But I can never forget where I came from. I love FromSoft PvP and just base game as it is. Night Rain is a different beast. But with all that being said, God bless my algorithm on YouTube and my subscriptions. Today, while I'm invading, I am going to address the video that I had just seen by OnlyWaifu, and the title of that video reads as follows. Do bear with me, it's gonna be a slow one. I have my stream juice on me, kind of getting things started, more or less, right? So, do allow me try not to digress too much, but there I go, as I usually do. Digress. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm trying to pull things up in a certain kind of way. Like I said, I'm trying to take it nice and easy today. Before I get into my the reading and all that stuff, the build that I'm going to be running today is my basic Dex build with a little splash of faith in there for good message for buffing buff stacking. I have my King Rumi followed by my King Knight's Greatsword, and then top that off with the Sword of Knight to really cut through any shield or fingerprint shield users, anybody that's heavy guarding. That's basically how I operate at the moment. I always have a little try to give myself a little bit of room to be able to use other stuff. I had a large donation by one of my friends on one of my last streams that I was doing for Elden Ring Invasions, and I got a very, very, very good, generous donation of weapons and all kinds of stuff that I've been raring to try to use and try to test out all kinds of stuff. But other than that, yeah, I'm gonna be focusing this build is gonna be more or less the same as I usually tend to run. The only real difference I would be able to put out there is the fashion. So today's fashion, instead of rocking my Radon usual chest piece, I'm rocking a Knight's Cavalry armor, altered without the cape, followed by Leon's gauntlets and my Knight's Cavalry leggings, pants, or greaves as they say here. I kind of keep the circlet of light on me at all times, just for the sheer fact that it gives me somewhat of a stat boost when I need it. And it's the best poise to weight ratio for a headpiece. Crumbling Barrel, Missoula. Oh, I can't wait to see what we got here. Oh! I haven't even fought the dragon yet. I'm buffing up, not fully yet, but most of the way. It could be that they're not even by the dragon. Interesting spawn point, honestly, because you would think that the dragon would be gone, but no, he's there. Well. Let's see what we got. I have a feeling that I'm still going in the wrong direction. Who knows? Summoning another cooperator Ooh, okay. Unable to summon cooperator. Oh, that's a shame. You know, I, it's times like this that you know, I wish that the spawn points were a little bit more just generous, you know? Not saying that they're terrible or anything like that. Far from it. I just think that, if they spawn me a little bit closer to the host, it'd be greatly appreciated. Let's hope this works. I don't have a lot of confidence in the Phantom Bloody Fingers because sometimes they don't spawn you exactly where you want to be most of the time. Close. Hey! Are they fighting the boss out here? Ooh. Here I go. Let's earn this title of bully, why don't we? Whoa. Oh, he's pretty good. Ooh. Scary stuff, guys. Don't you run off on me, boy. I will make you regret it, that's for sure. Ooh. DPS potential is there. Ooh, okay, okay. Whoa. GG, guy. Hell yeah. That's how we do it. Oh, I love that feeling. How are we doing? How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for coming through, Jen. I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming through. Now that I have time, I can go on with my ramblings. But feel free to comment. I might not reply right off the bat. My intent today is to read this transcript while invading, which is a little bit of a task. But I will get it done. At this point, I'm just trying to, like, nourish myself. Alright. Oh, they're gonna fog wall me. I'm having a pretty good one so far. Thanks. Thanks for the words. Oh, no fog wall, I see. Great. I like it. Come on. Whoa. Man, this little enclosed spot really is not helpful. Oh, they're gonna infect me. GG, guys. You guys got me. Hey, it works, right? Dang. That was a tough one. That was a tough one. I gotta come up with a better approach for that kind of situation. Because it was just, whoa. Where I was out of my depth. pretty good mind games, if I had to put it in a certain way. Let me see. Okay, let me get started with this transcript right away. Try to read as I'm invading. Oh, this stuff. Okay. I'm really trying my best here, everybody. Okay. You know, I've been part of several fandoms through my life, and if I had to highlight a few, it would be the fandoms of... Okay, okay. Two-man team. Okay. It's going. It is. It's just, you know, shits and giggles. Ah! Oh, I wasn't paying attention. He blood lost me for sure. Yeah, do your little dance. You earned it. I love it. I love it. It's so funny. So freaking funny. Oh. Okay, let me commence reading. You know, I've been part of several fandoms through my life. If I had to highlight a few, it would be... If I had to highlight a few, it would be the fandoms of Silent Hill and the Souls games. Particularly because they are full of people who can technically be considered thinking beings. But in practice, well, that's debatable. In my opinion, they are the fandoms of bad takes. Oh my god. Par excellence, especially Souls games. And this is due to the mixed PvE plus PvP nature of the experience. Silent Hill is another topic, and I may talk about it someday, but yeah, not now. Allow me to share some context. The other day, Skilovsky uploaded a short where he invaded a couple of PvE making their way through the game. And in the short, he highlighted the dumb, brainless way the host used Moonveil. So I'm sorry if I sound weird. I am sick as bleep. I have the flu and I bleep hate it here. So please, bleep me. Okay. Oh my goodness. I was kidding. We all know it by now. We all know that Moonveil, what Moonveil does. But in case someone watching doesn't, Moonveil has Ash of War that's pretty strong in PvE. And why not sometimes in PvP as well. And since the game heavily rewards you for just spamming Ash of War against enemies or bosses, a lot of players tend to mindlessly smash the Ash of War button and do not do the exact same thing to anything that moves. The problem is that sharp little strategies tend to stop working when the person in front of you has at least 2 functioning brain cells. In that case, Skilvosky, who proceeded to parry every single attempt that Translate Moonlight hosts made until they inevitably died like a total goober. Hence the caption of the short. Up to this point, everything is pretty normal, right? Just a highlight clip showing a guy who clearly not realized that the moon veil spam is not working until you start reading the bleeping comments. Holy bleep. Oh my goodness. Uh, Only believe the comments. Get a life. You can't tell this guy. You can tell this guy is a basement dweller by playstyle. Most no likes the most no live uses the delay running poke. I do not use the delayed running poke. It's easy. It's easy to tell how miserable someone's life is based on how good they are in from soft games. What do you say this very same thing about Lemmy, Solar, or Semetru, or Scumnut? Are they also miserable, or are you only saying this because it's PvP instead of PvE? God damn. Holy pathetic invader. Skull emoji. Like, honestly, most pathetic gamers to exist. So embarrassing. Sub emoji. Pray your emoji. You just know these guys' hair looks like this. What the actual bleep is their problem? After reading a bunch of comments, I had to rewatch the short just to make sure I hadn't hallucinated an entire different video. Like maybe was still invading and sacrificing young to Satan or something. Nope, it's still playing a silly game against a very silly player. The toxicity of the Souls community can be very exhausting sometimes. That's why I recommend playing other games. Open world, blah, 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 and then that's what the ad goes on for a little minute. Okay. I'm so sorry. Download this game. Back to the topic of the video. That's how I know we're back on track, everybody. Oh my goodness, it's a long one. Okay. The comments make it seem like he committed a cardinal sin. But why are they saying this bleep? Is there actually anything wrong with what Steel did in the video? I got a few theories as to why these people react the way they did. And to explain them, why don't we look at the comments and try to debunk some of the yapping they are spewing? First of all, I want to point out all of the dumbass comments can pretty much be divided into 3 categories. The one saying that Steel must be some fat basement dweller just because he plays well. The ones calling him a tryhard or sweat by criticizing his playstyle or strategy. And finally, the ones who just insult invaders in general because why not? Why the hell not? the Gordo category, you have comments like, go touch the grass, bro. Like, get a life. This made me feel like I should go outside. Oh hell nah. You a nerd neck. Go touch grass. No live short. And my favorite for Boogian, which is very funny when you take into account that Steel, Virgin, Boogian, uh, like still has a girlfriend who regularly shows up in his streams. What strikes me the most about the kind of comments which are exclusive to Souls games and have always existed in the broader context is how, for example, the slightest display of skill in an unconventional activity like playing Elden Ring or video games in general automatically translates to no social life, no sex, and doing nothing all day but that one thing. It seems inconceivable that for people that someone can develop a skill in an activity without sacrificing any aspect of their social life. And even if they did to some extent, it wouldn't be anything wrong with it as long as they led a healthy lifestyle. The reality is, if you're passionate about the skill and putting consistent effort to learn and improve and getting better, becoming manageable, natural, and every even ease, you don't need to cancel your entire social life just to play Elden Ring slightly better than the average, especially 98% of players who seem to be playing like they are missing part of their brain. Oh my god. Artemis. Oh my god. I love only waifus takes. They're not high takes, and at this point, it's just really preaching. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, I don't want to say it in a way that's condescending. I say it in a way to almost seem um, aware, and it's almost like preaching to the choir. And I think it's necessary because this you got to get the congregation under control. The Souls community right now is getting way out of hand as far as in like the kind of players that we're picking up after Night Rain. And even after Shadow of the Erdtree. Some of these players just don't have a really good understanding of the kind of environment they can find themselves in. See? Most of the time I would just crush this guy, but I'm trying to be nice. There's gonna be a guy to come out the bushes. Come on. Dude. I don't want to see that booty. Oh boy. The pantsless build has me distracted, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, buddy, I see you. Come on, round 2. Let's see how you do against my great sword. A little great sword action. Ooh, you got an Narumi as well. Oh, he can actually poison me out of that jump attack. Nice. Arumi versus Arumi, buddy. I like this. I like this guy. It's pretty interesting. Let's see how he does against my my stinky boy. I use this thing all the time, homie. GG. Honorable individual. I must say, this is the kind of action that I'm looking for in Elden Ring PvP. very, very actionable and honorable. And I bet if I upload this clip, I'm gonna get still very negative comments regarding my approach. But I did kind of referee myself a little bit there. First off, I was fighting back so hard not to be a bully, something that I earned. It's a title, not a name. And but with that all being said, let me get back on topic with this transcript because it leads into what I'm trying to get through here. Okay, so if you'll permit me, a little sippity sip, and then continue reading this. But one last time, GG, homie, that was a good fight. Let's see if we get another invading right up the bat. Oh, close. Okay. I mean, these commenters really so incompetent that they find it absolutely impossible to balance just a tiny bit of consistent dedication and social life. Probably yes. Someone who truly doesn't have time to dedicate consistently wouldn't really mind about these things. They wouldn't be modeling on a short on YouTube, commenting on someone who does have the time, wants to, but chooses not out of laziness or whatever the other reason does mind. And it must really hurt their ego that someone else can pull it off. So they have to downplay someone else's achievements just to avoid feeling bad about it, about their own mediocrity. I am not saying all of these commenters are the same. Some may just be dumb. But it is clear that many of them would really like to be good at Souls games, but they are not, and they are annoyed that someone else is. So no, being bad at a game doesn't automatically make you king of bleep. In the next section, we got the try hard type comments. You know, like the guy who totally doesn't use the delayed running poke or whatever the hell that means. They usually refer to the fact that Steel is using Rakshasa as a great katana, which is very good for PvP. Among my favorites, we got I would insult you for crouch poking spam, but after seeing them spam Moonveil, they deserve it. Sorry, just asking out of curiosity. Why would you insult either of them in the first place? We're using a mechanic in a video game. One is using dark katanas, running attack to punish the other player mistakes, and the other one is spamming Moonbei because clearly they don't know how to do anything else. Neither of these things are inherently bad, and neither strategy is impossible to counter either. If you don't want to get rolled caught, stop panic rolling. If you don't want to lose to a moon spammer, learn how to play against a moon spammer. The problem isn't other people, it's you. I also find it funny how to use spamming moon is like a dummy is worse in PvP. Like as more obnoxious than using Roxas, which is one of the strongest PvP weapons in the game. These guys do not know what works and what doesn't. They still spew their crappy opinions as if they were the truth. Insane, I got a question as someone that loves Elden Ring. What is so fun about consistently invading people? Especially if you're just going to like do the same move. Oh, doing the same move. Oh, I think I've heard that one before. Oh, I remember back in the arcade days when I would go and have to put a quarter in the King of Fighters machine or Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom machine, and then playing against a fellow classmate most of the time, and they're like, "Hey, stop it! You're using the same move over and over again." I'm like, it's working, right? Learn, you're good, you know? Fucking hey. God. And I know after a while, the whole get good comments slash community section, it's cringe. I do get that aspect of it. But the other way, the way that I always took that statement of geek good is not so much an insult. It's more like a call to action. I want you to do better. I want you to come at me, bro. You know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily mean you're trash. I do understand that sentiment as well. I have a feeling I'll be able to make it to Mr. Clap. He seems very heavily poisoned. In fact, and maybe he'll be dead by the time I get there. Yep, he's toast. Poor guy. I feel worse for the host.
Hey!
Hey, buddy. Hey, where are you going? Don't ignore me. Don't you ignore me. Where are you going, homie? Oh, really? Where you running? Come back. Ooh, styling. I like it. Ooh, you got some good damage off of those things. Okay, let's see. I gotta be careful with that blood loss, I see. Whoa. That's dangerous, guy. I'm just messing around. Alright. Oh! He got a backstab! Ooh. GG, buddy. Good approach. I know I kind of spammed my heals there because I didn't want to die. Didn't want to lose. But, you know, you gotta kind of come at me a little bit differently if you're gonna try to break through my endure. Though that blood loss proc was really dangerous. Good stuff. He had me thinking he was gonna jump when he was running away from me, but no, he was just trying to get to the next side of base. I feel bad for his buddy though. I would have liked to have a 2-on-1. It is what it is, right? So let me please let me continue. We left off on the topic, I think, about doing the same move over and over again. Well, my dear Elden Ring enjoyer, invading is fun because it is chaotic and can be very challenging. Despite what some people may think, fighting multiple players, no matter how incompetent they are, can result in death rather quickly if you're not careful. As for the spamming the same move thing, he was countering other guys. What should he do? Try non-optimal stuff? Try for blank? Just for shits and giggles? The fact the multiple moon veil pairing was shits and giggles. Pairing was shits and giggles. Something that commenters don't seem to grasp is understanding just by looking at the video. Also, do you see how PvEers play the game? Do you also tell them try other moves instead of spamming a move on the boss? Roll catch with the great katanas isn't a skill. It's just netcode and lingering hitboxes. This is one of those comments I like to call the plus strategies out of my ass. First off, all road catches are lingering hitboxes to some degree. Otherwise, landing a roll catch will be insanely difficult. An attack is only one active frame will be useless and no one would even use it to roll catch anything. It's completely normal for players to go for attacks that are good at roll catching. Second, I have no freaking idea what you mean by netcode abuse. Like, if the netcode was actually that high latency, roll catching would be impossible because of how package sending works in this game. So yeah, this comment is literally source. It came to me in a dream using the giant katana and running one spamming is kind of cringe. Too cringe. Cringe as bleep. And we're only running attacking over and over. You're telling him to not use the way he's using it. The process to roll catch spam him out of the game. They are neutral and the same player. Like, he roll catches the guy and he is the Moonveil guy. Moonveil guy was the other one, but it's okay, I guess. I'm a little confused now. But anyways, I just want to ask what's the problem with it? The weapon is good, yes. The attack is good, yes. It is not unbeatable though. Look. Branches get heavily countered by shields, something that the vast majority of players have. It is far from being unfair and broken. You know what really is unfair and broken? This is... And then it shows some King of Fighters stuff. Even then, King of Fighters players simply try to adapt and keep playing. They don't usually cry. I'm tempted to ask for a raid review PvP list of morality accepted weapons to use in PvE. Would be a fun read for sure. Also, you have to be intentionally disingenuous to think that what Steel did to the rolling guy is the same of what the Moonveil guy was doing. Steel was punishing the guy for panic rolling. Moonveil guy was just mindlessly spamming. Emphasis on the mindless because he did not realize after 4 attempts that his dumb strategy was not going to work. Gamers love to cry about what is cringe and what isn't in game. Constantly, all of the cringe things that are what they tend to lose to. Roll catch spam, roll catch spam, roll catch spam. The game shoot guys, shooting guys, shooting guys, shooting guys. The game looping killer, looping killer, looping killer. The game. Footsies and combos, footsies and combos, footsies and combos. The game. Oh, you guys want to try it too? The formula is very simple. It goes very basic and fundamental game mechanics. Try 3 through the game. Imagine being this sweaty at Elden Ring. I love how these people, the most basic game mechanics like rogue hedging already count as sweating. Like how do these people even play? Do they get the controller and do they just get the controller at the screen and hope for for the beat to beat? Seriously, dude, I don't understand. It is a basic game mechanic. I tell ya, only waifu is preaching. I love it. Holy Diva FE. I love it. It's very adequate to a game like Elden Ring. Holy Diva. Been down so long in the midnight. Let's see. Are they below me? They might be. I'm doing my night ring style approach. Hey, an invader.
Hey!
Let's go, buddy. Let's do this together. Together. Whoa! I didn't break an ankle. I think they might be over here, but I could be wrong. Can't climb that. Yeah, neither can you, buddy. Let's hope we find them. I'm gonna guess it's a team of 3 or they're Taunter's Tongue. Oh boy. Let me see if I can be somewhat of a kind invader.
Hey!
Hey buddy. How is it going? Where's your boss? Where's the Holy Diver? Oh, he got me! Good stuff! Come on, invader! That's on you! Come on, buddy! No! We fucking dropped it. Oh man. I was too locked in on the friend, and I almost had the host. I was so freaking close. That was awesome. Fantastic. I love it. I love it. Alright, continuing on this transcript. Oh my goodness, that was fantastic. Oh man. I'll come back to Holy Diver. Got you on my list. What do you mean by sweating? Holy bleeping bleep. And these people think that they have any sort of authority at giving their bleeping opinion on all of the games. This guy is literally the worst part about Elden Ring PvP. Why? Because he is not easy to beat. Do you think the same thing about Chase the Bro or any other PvP YouTubers that can beat PvE on a regular basis? I think your comment can be rephrased to these guys. Like, him reminded me that I'm not as good as I thought I was at, and that makes me angry. F you. But seriously, you know what the real worst part is? The section that insults all invaders in general. This is This is the part that actually got me to wanting to stream here and now, particularly. People who it, people who is prepared for PvE and don't even try to play PvP, it's normal that you stomp on him with a PvP meta build. Just play in the Coliseum and stop bullying these kinds of people with who don't want to fight you. Ah, yes, the Coliseum, known for its incredibly skilled players, right? If you knew the goodness, I kind of skipped forward there. If you knew the basics of PvP and played in the Coliseum for 15 minutes, you would realize that it's just invasions, but with one guy. The vast majority of arena players are bad, very bad, and no different than invasions. Not to mention that it's not even the same game mode. The experience is vastly different, and it's also funny how they believe that fighting one guy, even if prepared for PvP, is harder than fighting multiple. You can really tell this guy doesn't do PvP at all. In the ring, a PvP players proceed to ruin the host's day because he wants to play with friends. If a game mode you voluntarily join manages to ruin your whole day just because you lost, maybe it's time for a little interception. To be honest, you are the most obnoxious type of player who invades when I'm just trying to do my friends. What would a non-obnoxious invader be like to you? One that probably shows up, bows to you, and to you, your highness, and spread their butt cheeks so you and your friends can just kill them and continue your babysitting simulator unbothered. I cannot 100% say that the kind of invader you would like, but I have a gut feeling that it probably is. Dude's harassing some noobs. Well, you heard it here first, puggies. Invading is now harassing people. Shame on FromSoft for allowing harassment in an Elden Ring to be possible. Holy freaking Christ. These are the guys that would go outside and touch grass. God freaking damn it. Sweatiest invaders talking bleep about newish PvP builds. And where exactly is the bleeping talk part above and below the video? Don't use Moonveil like this. Boy, Elden Ring. Oh yes, it must be Elden Ring. The ultimate blink talk. Always get invaded by dudes that sweat this hard. I like Elden Ring for the PvE and exploration, but wish that there was an option for PvP. I understand that last sentiment, and it's called seamless co-op if you're playing on PC. I generally struggle to understand how these people can watch Steel clowning on the Moonveil guy by parrying him instead of just brutally and effectively messing him up with Rashasta and still call it sweating. Do they seriously not realize he's goofing around? Do they really think this is sweat? It kind of reads like self-report on your own skill level. If this is what you consider sweating, then sorry, you're probably the last person qualified to judge someone else's playstyle based on what you're saying about the video. If you always feel like you're getting invaded by sweats, it's probably that they're better than you. If everyone plays better than you, it's because you are bad at the game. Oh my God, there's nothing wrong with being bad. It just makes it, but making excuses to protect your ego, that's what sucks. I'm sorry, and I'm going to be it for today. And that's going to be it for today. Honestly, that it's kind of depressing to see what kind of mom what the moment a video like this escapes its intended audience and reaches the wider Elden Ring player base that responds immediately to turns to crap. It's like fandom has regressed. All these years memeing about get good and overcoming challenges only for people to start crying over the thinnest bit of struggle. Oh my God. And the second they see even a hint of actual skill, it's all no life accusations. And also, it's been let it be let's be real. They are saying this now only because it's PvP. If they watched Scumnut absolutely wreck the Night Lord on 45 minutes straight on their bare fist, no one will call them no life. They would be saying, damn, this guy is climbing. But since there is no real chance that they may run into some like steel PvP and get their asses handed to them, suddenly is a no life behavior. But again, it is the product of PvE plus PvP mixed up Souls game. You won't see people calling Dynamite a no lifer or Steel or the Street Fighter in the Street Fighter community. You won't see people calling sorry, I'm really bad with these names. Shiawa a no life loser in the King of Fighters community. These communities are used to having to deal with this type of bleep on the regular basis and either adapt or perish. But the Souls community, their go-to response seems to be cry like babies. Yeah, I just wanted to talk. This bleep Elden Ring fandom absolutely is cooked, and that's how it is. That's it. Oh God. Dang. First off, it's been a minute since where's my next invasion? You know what I mean? Alright, there we go. Alright. Now that I finished reading the transcripts, I can kind of stop spreading myself so thin and actually address the things that I was just reading in this this transcript video that I was just reading, right? The best way I could put it is get good, guys. Oh my God, what is going on with people just losing their lunch over the possibility that they're just gonna be outclassed potentially? Okay, let me help out quickly. Let's see. I should have gone for the fan daggers. Who probably would have done the job. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. I just try and put a lot of pressure and just see what I can make. Hopefully, I can make some diamonds out of these lumps of coal. And in this demonstration, I guess you could consider me dirt. Oh, great stuff. I really do enjoy it. When it comes down to certain aspects of Elden Ring PvP, especially the invasion aspect, I really do enjoy it to whatever degree it entails at that moment. Some days are just better than others, you know what I mean? As far as in like the kind of invasion you'll get. Some are funnier. Some are more and stress-inducing. Some, but when I say stress, I mean more like I'm trying my best. You know what I mean? Where I need to actually execute a little bit more on my next move chess-wise than just the typical. But other than that, I don't consider myself that much of a better Elden Ring player, Souls gamer than the next guy. Honestly, in fact, I'm pretty, I'm pretty casual. But you know, I like to make myself present in the community to some degree or another. Um, and when it comes to my highlights and stuff like that that I do put up there, I do deal with the comment section. Uh, Unfortunately, if I had to say it, and I will, I've been, I probably would receive a little bit more on the 75 to 70% more on the negative or criticism style comments than I would positive ones. Which I do, and I do cherish those positive ones. I hold those near and dear to my heart. Ooh, a lake invasion. Oh, look, this guy is just jumping around having fun. I like this guy's energy. I'm gonna guess that he has a friend somewhere in the bushes. So I'll do my
Hey,
little wave. Hey, buddy. Oh, that wiggle. That wiggle is scary. Trying to test the latency. Oh, okay. I see you. Come on. You're doing pretty good, guy. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Interesting spacing techniques. Come on, buddy. It's over, buddy. GG's, man. GG's. Fair victory. And I don't want to hear no bullshit in the comments, alright? You can suck it. God damn. I'm really refereeing myself hard here. I'm trying to operate within the parameters of the imaginary referee that I've been hearing a lot about online, and that's always lurking around in my comments, talking about, oh, same thing over and over again. You're not even playing against good people. Start bullying these noobs. That's another thing that gets me. I'm not. When I call myself bully, it is a title, not a name. And I say that because I want to really be able to apply skill to these encounters where they have to think a little bit more on their toes. And when I mean they, I mean my opponent, whether it be AI or not. More likely than not, a lot of players have more than two brain cells when they come into FromSoft games, or at least have a manual nearby. You know what I mean? Something to guide them through these kind of trials and tribulations that they have to deal with. That all being said, I don't think what is that we're doing here, invasion wise, is actually um, qualifies to be frowned upon. You know what I mean? It's more so like how do I say? Just people preferring to play a certain kind of way, and they feel like they're being cheated, I guess. Which is funny because I've learned there is ways to achieve a certain cheesiness. You know what I mean? But it's more just the build aspect than the approach. You know what I mean? Oh, Moonveil, for example. That Moonveil contention. The fact that Moonveil is still as powerful as it is as it was when when the game first dropped is saying something. And yet people still, I don't know. I think the part that gets me is probably the people who started getting it on Steelvosky personally are probably Mage Moonveil main users. Let's be real, okay? Let's be real for a whole second, okay? Um, get good, guys. This is freaking ridiculous. How are you gonna be upset over somebody using an actual war and getting totally, schooled on, and you just take it as, oh well, it's because this guy has no life, dude. He's showing you how it's done. It's not like he's like, it's real. The fact that he did it like 4 times in a row should show you right there, like, okay, it's not like we're winning the lottery. He did it 4 times in a row. You know, it wasn't a coincidence that he was able to parry him. Yeah, there's some of those parries were not as clean. Not every parry is gonna be the best, but the point of contention here is the fact that it feels a little repetitive when you see certain players using the same kind of moves in a game that you've already kind of gotten used to seeing. You know what I mean? That's another thing that I find pretty interesting as far as an OnlyWaifu's way of dressing. People play Call of Duty, and Call of Duty has been the same game every year that it comes out. There's no real difference. It's not like yeah, maybe one you can use a sword or a knife, but you're still just shooting guys. Same for any fighting game or horror survivor game. You know, there's some level of repetition. That's just part of the thing. You know what I mean? Ooh, okay. Astrid. I just wonder, like, what is the thought process behind the comments before they put them up there? You know what I mean? If any thought process is being made, effort to be made. You know what I mean? Ooh, it appears to me they probably ran up. Hunter Juice has been summoned. I hope they got the juice. Ooh, let's see a shield. No, not what I meant to do. I'm still alive? Holy cow. What do I do? Oh. That's what I get. I should have just confronted them right off the bat and jumped out the window. I forgot that there's no continuous staircase in this area. Oh, jeez. Oh, God, that shit happens. Oh, that shit sucks. Oh my goodness gracious, that's so funny. I just think that the closing statement about how PV the Elden Ring community is cooked. Uh, I think that's the part that is standing out to me more so than anything. Because I don't know, maybe it's just wishful thinking on my part. Because I want things to work out, you know. I don't know. This attitude that is being addressed by OnlyWaifu and myself is very, very, very real. But I think that's just that's truthful about almost any fandom. Hey, I'm back at Prime. Ha, I don't know what I did there, what I was doing there. Whoa. Nah, he's gonna best me here. Whoa, whoa. Oh, lordy, 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 lordy. Alright, come on. Round two. Oh, this is intense. Whoa, that hurt. I'm gonna get you with these things again. Oh! GG! Oh, dang! Dang! Gotta watch out for Prime. Woohoo! Dang, I was this close. I was actually pretty confident in myself for a minute. But he put me in my place. Should have gone for another heal. That was awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh my goodness. That was a real nail biter. Shout out Prime. Oh my god. Oh my god. Really? Wow. Fantastic stuff. Oh my goodness. Ariel M. I see there's already some action about. Let's see if I can just get in there. I know it may be a little bit much just buffing up like crazy like that, but it makes me comfortable. He's up. They're up there. I just don't think there's a way for me to get up there. Come on, guys, calm down. Hahaha, there's the host. Ooh, that didn't work.
Hey!
Hey!
I'll wait. I got plenty of friends up here. Oh, that's one of you. You have a lot of confidence in your actual war there, man. A lot. A lot of it. Wow. That's hot. Well, it's burning me. It's burning me, guys. Ooh, that was a close one. Am I able to counteract their approach at this point? Let's see. Because I want to live, but I want them to die.
Hey!
Hey!
Whoa! Was that the host? I think it was the host, dude. Got me. He got me. That was a crazy invasion. Insane. Insane stuff, guys. Oh, this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. And I love the cosplay, by the way. Black Flame for the W. Fantastic stuff, I gotta tell you. Fantastic. I love it. As much as I think it's the community comment section that we're directly addressing at this point. Who knows? Maybe some of these people don't even play Elden Ring. They're just going off of what other people say. Like, hey, what's that video you just saw on your TikTok? Let me see that video. Oh, this guy's trash. Let me comment for you. That's the only situation where I can imagine that kind of sliding. But other than that, just need to calm down, everyone. It's a game. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. And don't bog wall me. Oh God. I gotta tell you guys, I just really want the best for everyone involved, and I know not everybody's gonna be happy with these kind of situations or whatever have you. But what I would like to see is, I guess I'm not glazing. You know what I mean? That's the word that they would use. You know what I mean? I want to see more, at least mindful criticisms or feedback on certain aspects. Another thing that stood out to me during those particular inputs, opinion-wise, is to what was people's approach in PvP and Elden Ring as a whole is like this whole thing about I wish I didn't get invaded kind of thing. Like, what is that about? Like, oh, if you see, that's why I choose to play on console, because you work with vanilla and you get vanilla. It's good. It's good base for any sundae. You know what I mean? You put any kind of toppings on the vanilla ice cream and you can make that work. It's base for a reason. Um, and that's why I'm here on PlayStation rocking the boat. You know what I mean? If you're on PC and you want to not deal with PvP or cheaters, you could just you can do that. You know, that's a thing. That's an actual thing. Oh. It's a two-man DMAC. I want great swords.
Hey! Hey!
The pursuit for violence is there. Am I gonna be able to appease their bloodlust? I don't know. Whoa. I got some interesting approaches, I'll say that. Yo, what's up, Joe? Oh, this is not gonna end well for me. They got some light builds, that's pretty interesting. Ah, no! Oh, that's it for me. Good stuff. Torch pull for the W. Wow, I like the torch pull. A little like of a cosplay duo they got going on. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. And yeah, man, thanks for coming through, Joseph. Nice, nice. Thanks for coming through. I'm not sure how long I intend on streaming base game Elden Ring. I might jump onto Night Rain at some point soon. I'm just really trying to cook here in base game Elden Ring, seeing what's going on. That's pretty cool. But it's going. It's going. Thanks for asking. As far as I'm concerned, please comment stuff regarding the topic of the video. If not, don't bother. I'm not gonna read it. Yeah, I think it's just people need to get on the same page as far as in their commentaries as what Elden Ring is. No time. Why ask the stupid question? Oh, they fought wall me, you bastards. Freaking A. Yeah, I think the community just needs to get on the same page. And stop acting like they know everything and like some imaginary referee stuff going on. It's not cringy. It's just it's stress inducing. It bothers me seeing how people just don't seem to understand how the game mechanics work for a game that they claim that they say they play. And I really do say claim because after the release of Night Rain, I think there's a lot of people who just go around claiming Elden Ring, not ever played or finished Elden Ring, and they play Night Rain and then they see PvP and they're like, oh, this is not what I signed up for. Of course, it's a different mechanic, but you have that blended in to what you're already doing. You have even invaders to some degree in Night Rain. Man, thanks for this. That's what's up, Joe. Thanks. Yeah, if you're just try to stick to something that you're good at. Let's see who we got. Let's see who we got. Open world invasion. Could be the same guys. Yeah, it is. It's the time. Hey guys.
Hey!
You remember me?
Hey!
Oh boy. You get one full combo on you, it's over. Yeah, I'm gonna spam Endora on your face. Ah, you got me. Curse you. I was gonna get that naked guy. He's too slippery for me. Too fast. Too fast. I'll get him next time, with any luck. Better approach. I need to work my approach a little bit more. Starting to run into people who actually know what to do. As far as I do a little bit of a duo. I'm trying to end things in the W, but we'll see. I have a feeling I might not be able to achieve that, actually. But other than that, I just want to take a little moment to say thank you guys for coming through and watching and throwing in your 2 cents as well. That whole thing. I really hope that people can at least appreciate to some degree what I'm trying to talk about here. Especially on behalf of OnlyWaifu. Not that I hold her word with any kind of really heavy reverence, but I do highly agree with a lot of the points that she was making in that video. The transcript is very well written. I did not do it justice. Please check it out. Really worth the watch. Ooh, heroes. Great, huh? I'm not a big fan of this spot because it's just so unpredictable. But actually, that makes it fun. Will I be able to go up there? I think so. Oh my goodness. Well, there goes one of them. This is a very dangerous spot to be in right now. At this point, the only... Oh, no, Hosty! I guess this is the W I was asking for. Oh, the pain is felt. Oh, that chariot is a nightmare. My goodness gracious, that was so funny. Maybe I should have just bolted up there, just try my luck, see what would have happened. But it is what it is, man. It worked out one way or another. It worked out. Oh god, dang! Some crazy stuff, man. Some crazy stuff. Oh goodness gracious. I'm starting to wind down a little bit. I just think that again, shout out to Only Waifu. Please check out the video titled "The Elden Ring Community is Cooked." Latest drop from today's date of this stream. Check it out on YouTube. Really good points being made there. Top quality stuff. Top quality stuff. Some peak content. Oh, it is Holy Diver. Oh, they're coming at me hard. Alright, come on. Whoa. Yeah, no! He cornered me. Fuck. Yeah. I'll get you next time, guys. I'll be back, Holy Diver. My goodness gracious. I think I had a better chance at it last time than I had that little bit of a backup, which is rare for an invasion to have any level of backup. But, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes I kind of wonder what it would be like for battles if friendly fire was on for Sunbros and their hosts. Because in that case, you wouldn't see so many heavy ganking squads. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times they would cross swords, they would end up inevitably hurting their host. You know what I mean? Which isn't really conventional. You don't want to have a teammate swing a sword and end up chopping your head off. You know what I mean? But I would like to see some level of potential for that in the future. Maybe maybe. You know, Dust Blood's a little bit of a added feature to get rid of any potential ganking. That could be a good feature. You know, friendly fire. That's a concept. We have that on. We've been having that on shooting games for a minute, and it works out. In fact, I actually do prefer hardcore mode sometimes more than regular mode, I guess. You know, especially when I'm using my BFG. You know, you want to be careful with that. You don't want to go around mowing down your own teammates. It'd be like that though. Hey, mountaintop. Got fog walled right off the bat, but I was already outside the castle. I don't think I was gonna be able to make my way in. Oh well, it'd be like that. I really want one more invasion, one W. Give me that W. I want one win under my belt before I call it. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Oh, Lord. And with a lot of people recently hopping on the Night Rain train, the temperature as far as in the community and the gaming pool for base game Elden Ring is felt. It's I think it is a little bit warmer than normal. More on the lukewarm, I guess, because I want to say Night Rain added a lot more fire to it, but I'm not sure. It's hard for me to say. I've actually met people in my groups for Night Rain, and I did a little bit of a question. I asked a general question. I'm like, I'm curious, how many people in this Night Rain group actually finished base game Elden Ring? And out of the 99 people who were supposed to be part of that group, I got about 10. So out of 100 people, potentially, only 10 people replied with, I beat base game Elden Ring. That is trash numbers, guys. That is really trash numbers. Now, I'm not here advocating for any FromSoft company or any... I'm not a secret FromSoft executive or whatever. But what I'm trying to say is... I think that you, as a gamer, develop a little bit more if you attempt to play games that are still in the same realm but not exactly the same style. You know what I mean? It's not like playing Fortnite Festival is gonna make you better at Fortnite. But at least you'll be familiar with the game mechanic style that is Fortnite. You know what I mean? I think the same principle kind of applies with FromSoft and Elden Ring towards Night, because it is technically a same title kind of thing. I mean, it's literally called Elden Ring Night Ring, right? Not called Night Ring, just Night Ring. You know what I mean? So if you you can get so much better at Night Ring by playing Elden Ring, and you can get better at Elden Ring by playing Night Ring. But one doesn't necessarily beat out the other. What stands out to me about the whole thing is that it's the temperature in the community. The fact that Night Rain is a game where there is no PvP in it, which kind of bums me out to a degree, but I'm starting to get the consensus of why FromSoft did that as an approach. It's because the fact that there's such a collaborative effort to just do a run and be the Night Lord and all that kind of stuff. We already had that capability in base game Elden Ring. So what they just did is just enhance the experience. You know what I mean? And added an RNG element, that rogue-like element. You know what I mean? And we've been having that as a feature in FromSoft games, particularly Elden Ring, for a minute. Specifically in PC players who tend to really like to mod their games for a specific experience, whether it be gameplay wise or aesthetics, like the skins or how your player looks, or even something as basic as jumping, you know, double jump or climbing. I just think that it's beneficial for people to try out things that are still within the same realm of comfort. You know what I mean? If you play Call of Duty and you play other first-person shooters, you should still be in your wheelhouse, more or less. Oh, Shadow Keep. Whoa, it's full team. There goes one. Bye, buddy. See ya. Wouldn't wanna be ya. Oh my god. Chaos in the best way. I wasn't trying to be no friend there. It was just all about getting that W. But with that being said, I think I've made my point. I've said my piece. Everything that needed to be said has been said, and everything that needs to be done has been done. So with that, I'm gonna sign off from base game Elden Ring as an invader for right now, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys real soon. Bye bye.